Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and probably to my last vlog of February. Can't believe it's the end of February. Gorgeous and sunny out. You'll probably see some strange reflections because it's a bit glary today. So I didn't make a vlog last week because it was just a bit manic. Kids were off school for a few days, well, homeschool, and now they're in school, which is brilliant. So I'm actually getting time to do things. Having a cup of tea, and Vinton brought me a little custard cream, yum. It's a mug my sister got me. You can see that's meant to be me and her. How cute was that? So I'm still being on that kind of down that rabbit hole of free patterns. There's so many. There is just so many free patterns. Thank you so much to Sam and Ruan for this challenge of frugal frocks. It really kind of opened my eyes to the amount of free patterns that are out there and the amount that I have, and really I don't need to be buying any more patterns. I definitely don't need to be buying any more fabric. I've lots in the shop. But one thing that I think Sam said on her last vlog was about Mood, the fabric shop, you know, the one from Project Runway, that they have a website with loads of free patterns on it, and wow, they are really cool patterns. I have a couple of them listed out here, that dresses that I just thought were absolutely gorgeous. The top one was the Cypress dress, and this it's a shirt dress and it has a shawl collar. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has real like 50s vibes, late 50s vibes. Really love it. But it also has a mini me version, so like I could make one for Alva and we'd have matching outfits. I love that. It's brilliant. Then the pine dress. I'll put some pictures up here of these so that he can have a look, and I'll put the links down below too. It's a shift dress, and I'm really looking for a good shift dress. Kind of one you can change the neckline or change the sleeves and just do little bits and pieces to it to make it a bit different. And this has like a really cool sleeve on it, and they actually do some redos. I think they call them redux on it, and one of them had like feathers for the skirt and things like that, and I just thought, you know, that's a nice simple dress that would, the fabric or slight changes to it will make it really different. Then the fig dress, which is another shirt dress, but it's kind of like 80s power suit shirt dress. It's brilliant. I love it, and I love their styling. It's in this, the photographs when you look them up, they're hard to see what the actual structure of the dress is, but they do put in the line drawing, which is really useful. And in this one, I just loved their styling and how they did that with that big belt and everything, and the colour and the fabric. I love it. And then the last one is the poppy. Now, I wouldn't be wearing this to Tesco. It has a really deep plunging neckline. Maybe 20 years ago I might have worn it, but at the moment, no, that's not quite for me. But I do love the dress. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Lovely sleeve on it. Buttons down the front from the waistband down. Absolutely gorgeous. So I think if I made that, I'd maybe just close it up. But if that's for you, go for it, because it's really cool. Absolutely love that dress. The only thing I would say about the Mood patterns is they're all A4. I haven't found any that are A0 printout, and life's too short for not printing on A0. I have an A0 printer here. We print out for loads of people. I don't have the time to stick 35 pages together before I even start cutting out a pattern and starting with it. So if anybody has any tips on how to put an A4, you know, tile it all together, that would be a great trick. I'd love to do that. So that was one little rabbit hole I went down. I did find a few other patterns, but they were just the dresses that I found. I did go through my stash. Oh my God, the stash of patterns. I shouldn't be buying any more magazines, but here we go. I bought more magazines. These are all the patterns that I got with magazines. Now, they're all my dresses I got with magazines. I filed them up. There's a box for dresses, a box for trousers, tops, kids. But it's not just, it's ones people gave me. And also some vintage patterns. Anybody want to have a nose? Of course you want to have a nose. Come on. Let's have a look through them. So, yeah, I like that. I like this fit and flare type thing. Thread count patterns. I have loads of them that came with magazines, and you know, you think you're going to do them at the time, and then you're like, oh, will I? Oh, I got this in pattern swap and didn't get around to making it, and I absolutely love it. I need to not buy more patterns and just use the ones I have. Some vintage ones. There's one here. It's kind of an 80s vibe. Got that from Mum. There's one there. Oh, the drape dress. That's quite cute. Casual dress. This one in a paper bag. I did make that dress, and I wore it for all of half an hour or something, and the zip broke. So that was 20 years ago. It's sitting at the bottom of that cupboard, red, like pinned together and everything. I went to do it thinking I'll wear it last summer, and then lockdown happened, and that dress is doomed to sit there. I should really get that done. Then it's another shirt dress. I love shirt dresses. That was with Love Sewing magazine. Love Sewing magazine ones, they're always quite good. Ooh, look at this one. At the bottom it says, look slimmer pattern. It's a simplicity one. That's quite nice. Oh, it's so fragile. Looks like a 70s pattern. I like that. Look at the bust line. It's like an empire line with a lovely collar. Ooh, and that's a size 38 bust. We might be able to work with that one. I like that. These are single. I love the covers that come with them. You don't get these anymore. Look at this little plastic cover. It's like little... Actually, you know what? That's like the ones that you put copies in. You know, kids' copybook covers. They will be great for keeping your patterns in. Oh, idea. I think I'm just going to put this one over here as a maybe. There was a couple of other ones that I saw. Oh, that one looks a bit... Oh, that's a bag pattern, a bit bashed. I did do a cull of these a while ago. Oh, what's this? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's fab. Could you wear that to the supermarket? I'm not going anywhere. I love this one. Vintage new look. Forget about the shoulder pads. Don't think I'd do the shoulder pads. But that is fab. The button down front and the big collar and everything, and you could have it in the short version. I think that'd be really lovely. Like if you look, can you see the line art there? Focus, focus, focus. Oh, this is not going to focus. I'll try to take a picture and pop it up there. But the line art of that is quite nice. There's a lot of volume to it. It has a raglan sleeve, so if you took the shoulder pad out, it would be fine. I'd say it uses a lot of fabric. Oh, 4.5 meters. Nearly 5 meters for my size. That's got a lot of fabric. Don't know if I'd have that in my stash, but I like that. I'm going to put that on the maybe pile. And then I have this week's magazines. I did get the Simply Sewing magazine, and I don't normally get this one because I prefer kind of the reading in the other one, the Love Sewing magazine, but it was really good this month, or this episode of issue is the word. This issue, because there's an article by Peter Lappin about Peter Lappin, and I've been following him for a while, and he does craftsy classes, the camp shirt and things like that. Really love his stuff. Then there was a thing about jeans, about the history of jeans. I thought that was really cool. So there was really cool articles in here. I really, really enjoyed having a read of that. Like there was a thing about men in... There's Peter Lappin. Really, really interesting articles about it. Like not just ads and patterns. Sometimes that's all they are, is ads and patterns. But then this one came with 2 patterns. This one kind of bypassed that one at the start, but inside the magazine it actually tells you the history of this pattern and why it came about, and about the lady who designed it, and how her I won't spoil it, but basically just, you know, where she came about, why she designed it. And it's just lovely, and made me relook at it. I think I might do that one now. And then the other one is this, the Carnaby dress by Nina Lee. So This is Nina Lee Patterns, Nina Chang, and there's an article in the magazine about Nina Lee, which is great. Like, I love that. And as I said, I'm looking for a nice shift dress. It reminds me of the CeeLo dress, is that how I pronounce it, by Closet Core Patterns, except for that one has the big sleeve thing going on, and I just wanted something really simple. It's very similar with the inseam pockets, and I think I'm looking at it, I was looking at the sizing on the back, and I'd probably do the size 12 with a full bust adjustment. Just to try and get I'm going to think I'll work on that and toil it and get it right. But I really like this one. It's going on maybe pile. It's going over there. I think I need to have a pile of things that I should do instead of just putting them on the shelf and not going near them again. And then on the Simply Sewing one, of course, there was a craft toy making thing. I'll pass on to someone. I won't use it. But there was a couple of good patterns in that. Enjoyed the magazine. There was a bit in about jeans. That was interesting. I wasn't too sure about this, but then there's info in it about, it's like a little suit, and it's a bit like the Harper jacket, and then a pair of drawstring comfy trousers. I think that's what we need, but I love this. Loving this pattern. I love this. Actually, that Empire line is quite similar to that Empire line. We have a pattern with your patterns, Anne-Marie. But the sleeves, I'd have to shorten that waistband. The only thing about doing these Butterick patterns and the big four patterns for me, they're made to that 1950s, 10 inches between your bust and your waist, 5'7" to 5'9", like broader shoulders than me. So I always have to do waist adjustment, full bust adjustment, shoulder adjustment, length adjustment, and then probably other bits other way. So like even starting out, there's like 4 things I have to do for pattern, and that really turns me off it. Whereas like the indie pattern, so over it, you just find a pattern company that works for you. Anyway, that's me and my rant about those pattern companies. Ignore me. So I've got a few there on the maybe pile, and then a few from Mood, if I can figure out how to tile those A4 patterns together. So I'm not giving away what I'm going to make just yet. But what am I doing at the moment? There's a big thing happening at the moment, and that is my All About Fabric course. Yay! So I've been making up these little swatch cards, and basically it's a lot of customers have said to me, getting emails or just, over chat on Zoom with classes, that they really get stuck on the different fabrics and the descriptions, and they really need to feel them. And honestly, I can't see lockdown or all of this, everything reopening very quickly. And even at that, like, shops are closing because they just can't afford the rents and things. So I think it's online is the future for the moment anyway. So with our shop, we give as best descriptions as we can. And I just thought this course, everybody getting a little swatch card for the different fabrics we'll be talking about, and talk through them and the compositions and what's the best projects to use them for. And also how to figure out the description on the back. Like, it's really vague, the description on the back. And unless you know what you're looking for, you won't know what fabric to get for it. So how to figure that out, and how to figure out the needles and things like that. So that course is online at the moment. It's been my little baby in the works for a little while. So it's online now, ready to go. And those packs will be posted out next week. So for anybody who signs up. So what am I doing zone-wise? Didn't get that much done. Got a lot of cutting out done. So piles of fabric cutting out. Got this one. Oh, hang on. It's on this side. Oh, got this one made. It's another version of the Billy by Tilly and the Buttons. I'm wearing my high neck version. And then I did a scoop neck. The tutorial on how to do this is on my channel. So I just scooped it out. Just love this fabric. Absolutely love it. And I love the sleeve. With a gathering stitch shown there. Take that one out. So much so that I love the Billy. Here's another one I cut out earlier. So in a pink fleck, just a regular one that's been cut out. Sometimes when you don't have the time to sew or you're not in the humour, just getting them cut out for that time when you are in the humour is great. I also cut out one in the grid, but a dress version for Alva. How cute is this going to be? And I have one nearly made in that grid fabric for me, but it's part of the sewing course, so I can't finish it and show you guys till the course is finished. So next week you'll see that. And then I'm making a Jackson pullover by Helen's Closet for Finton, and possibly one for James. I'm going to see how much is left in this, because I did make him a pair of tracksuit bottoms during the week. They're up in his room somewhere in the chaos that is his bedroom. Anything else I did this week? Put up a load of remnants. Not much else sewing wise, but I do have quite a lot of plans, quite a lot of things to get through. So I'll leave it at that, and I shall talk to you all soon. Bye for now.